What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to Challenging Celtic with Hearts. Today we have the end of season review and the off-season special. We're starting with the end of season review for the 2020 season. One trophy, and that was the league. Our transfers in Lundulu, 7.72 average rating on the season. And he was like a last-minute guy to bring in too. Like, I wasn't looking for a new striker, but then I saw him out there, and I was like, I have to sign this dude. He's been ridiculous for us. He's amazing. He's so freaking good, but they won't let us have him for another season. They want him to play with higher quality players. I'm hoping when everything flips over and we're officially a Premiership club, they'll allow us to loan him in. I've got a backup option in case that can't happen. I'm looking at other options too. Armand, obviously a move made by the club already, not a move I made, but he played well for us. He was really good this season. Kingsley, another player that was already brought in by the club, played pretty well. Pescu barely played, but played all right when he did. Dembele came in, and I was surprised by how good he was in the games he eventually got. McAdif is another guy that they brought in before I got here that played well. Nardi, the loaner I brought in while we were waiting on our other center back to get healthy, Sutar. He was very good for us. So he's a very good guy to come in and just be that backup. But I don't think we'll need him next season. So I don't think I'll be bringing him back. Odasowi is coming back. He only played 9 games, but he played well in those 9 games. He's a good ball-winning midfielder, and he's going to be here for another season. I think he's one of our better players. Alonga also played decently well in the short amount of time he got. He's probably going to be a backup, hopefully, but he's going to be around the first team. Joe Gelhardt, I don't think is coming back. I'm going to be playing a 4-4-2 with more reserved wingers, and he can't play that wide midfielder spot. He can only play the attacking midfield wide spot, so he could have come back as a striker, but I don't know. I might actually bring him back as a striker. Let me compare. There's another guy I was just looking at that I was going to loan in. See how they compare. Yeah, he's probably better, isn't he? He's probably better. I wonder if I can get him for another year as a backup striker. Maybe not get the other guy. Maybe still get the other guy because I'm only getting that other guy on $400 per week. Okay, they will allow me to loan him in. They want me to play as an advanced forward. That's okay. Don't want loan thing to be. I want to be able to send him back if he's not getting used. I want him to be an impact sub. We're going to bring Joe Gelhardt back as a striker. He's not going to play on the wings. He might play a little bit on the wings, but he's mostly going to be a backup striker for us. Mitch Clark played decently well in the opportunities he got. He's also going to be back. Halliday played decently well in the opportunities he got. He's going to be a backup next season, preferably. He's obviously going to back up Odasowi, so hopefully we won't need him as a starter. Jinx, I don't think is coming back. Didn't impress me. He was okay as a backup option, but I think we've got plenty of depth there. We are looking to bring in another deep line playmaker, so he doesn't really have it. We don't have a need for him, really. Ginelli says 6.83, but I feel like he didn't even play that well. He had a couple decent games, but for the most part, I wasn't happy with him, so he's not coming back. Roberts is a guy that's loaned out. Castanier, I wasn't happy with. He wasn't very good, so he won't be coming back. Ross Stewart never played a single game. He won't be coming back. And Freer only made 1 substitute appearance. I think he's leaving at the end of his contract. In terms of our transfers out, did we sell anybody? I don't think we sold anybody. Aaron Hickey is the big sale by the club, $2.4 million to Bologna, and he did not play very well. Ikpeazu, another sale, undisclosed to Wickham. He played a lot, but he was decent. So, some decent transfers out. Loans out. I don't think I loaned anybody. These were already loaned out at the start. So I didn't really make a whole bunch of business, but I was happy with the business I did make. Inland Dulu obviously dominated for us. So that was a huge bit of business. They wanted me to win the league. We did it. First place. Inland Dulu, 30 goals. The board are very pleased that we won the championship this season. Should be even more pleased that we won it without losing. Unbeaten season. In the Scottish Cup, they want us to reach the quarterfinals. We were the runner-up, so that's a good result. To be able to be runners-up in the Scottish Cup in our first season, in the championship, that's impressive. I was very happy with our run. We beat Motherwell, who are a Premiership side, to get there, so we had to beat some good teams, and we did. Betfred Cup, we had to beat even more Premiership sides. We beat St. Johnston to get to, I think Livingston are they also Premiership? Yeah, they're also Premiership. So did we play them in the Scottish Cup too? Yeah. Or no, I played Dumbarton. I forgot. Their badges look similar. So yeah, we played 2 Premiership clubs to get to the semifinal of this. They wanted the quarterfinal. We got the semifinal. So we overperformed expectations again. We only got knocked out of the Cubs by Celtic and Rangers, so I don't think we can be too disheartened by that. Our best win was a 10-0 win over Sterling Albion. They're like a League Two team. So yeah, I'd hope we win 10-0. Our match to remember was a 6-0 win over Inverness. They are a championship side, so that is a very good result. 4 goals by Inlundulu. Our strikers scoring, Mackay Steven, and then our striker scoring 4 of the 5 goals. And our goal of the season was Kingsley. I'm guessing it's a free kick. Yeah, free kick. It's probably not going to be that good. I'm not going to show it. Probably just a normal free kick from decently far out. Said 30 yards out, so that's not super far, but decent little free kick. Reputation did not grow. We didn't have results for these last year, so this is what our normal money is. $1 million for corporate and hospitality is pretty decent. $888K competition prize money is pretty good. But the broadcast revenue should go pretty far up. I would assume the Premiership has a decent broadcast revenue. Top shirts sold about 4,000, a little over 4,000 shirts. Boyce, Armand, Herring, Mackay Steven, and Naismith, actually. Naismith makes sense because he's the captain, but he's just not very good. I'm surprised Inlundulu didn't sell some shirts. He was just on loan, but he was so good, I'd buy a shirt. How you lined up? 4-2-4. Armand Inlundulu, Dembele Walker, Halliday McAniff. I'm surprising our other midfielder didn't get in there. I guess McAniff ended up playing more games than he did, so he probably got there on that. I don't know what the other guy's average rating was, but Kingsley, Sutar, Halkett. Halkett's kind of surprising. Smith and Gordon. Will Halkett be? I think he'll be a main backup off the bench next season. Obviously, I'm bringing a guy in already that I think is going to start. At least I'm going to try to start him at the beginning. If it doesn't work out, maybe one of the other guys comes back in. But manager of the month for a lot of months. Inlundulu, fans player of the season, obvious. Young player of the season, Inlundulu, obvious. Goal of the season, Kingsley. Top goal scorer, Inlundulu, obvious. Most assists, Michael Smith, 14. Most player of the matches, Inlundulu. Highest average rating, Inlundulu. And most passes completed, Aaron McAniff. So that's pretty good for a deep line playmaker to have that. Most goals by a player in a match, 4. Most assists by a player in a season, 14. Most clean sheets, 15. Most player of the match is 8. Worst discipline, 7 yellow cards. Is only for worst discipline. That's must not be anything else, any other record set, because that's not very many yellow cards. Fastest goal, Castanier scored in 42 seconds. That's about the only thing he did all season. History in the making. Your hard work and effort paid off on the pitch, and such a feat didn't go unrewarded at our inter-season awards ceremony. It was a superb season for Hearts as they claimed the title to back up their preseason credentials. Unbeaten even. That's what makes it even more impressive. We did it unbeaten. The expectations for next season are to qualify for the Europa Conference League. In our first season back in the Premiership, they want us to qualify for the Europa Conference League. What position is that? Is that like top 5 or what is? I don't know what position gets Europa Conference League. We go up to the Premiership, top 5, yeah. So, but this I don't know which places exactly get it. Let me look at the rules. Premiership. So that's 4th or 5th. They want us to be 4th or 5th in the league. That gets Europa Conference League. The other thing gets Europa League. Hopefully we can do that. I think we can do that because we played the mid-table teams pretty well. Beat Livingston, beat St. Johnstone, beat Motherwell. So I think we can get there. I think we can pit someone like St. Mirren to 5th place. I don't know if we can get past Hibernian or Dundee. Definitely can't get past Rangers or Celtic. But I think 3rd through 5th is reasonable. It's asking a lot, but it's reasonable. He wants to develop players using the club's youth system, sign players under the age of 23, play attacking, possession, set piece, high-tempo pressing football, sell players for profit, maximum 1-year contracts, players over 33, 2-year contracts, player over 31, 2-year contracts for first-team players. That's fine. In the season team meeting, do I tell them Europa Conference League? Can I say that? Step further. Consider all improvements. Top half. I might do top half. Another top half. I'm going to replace some of you, so that's not exactly true. I think I'll do that. Because I don't think qualify for the Champions League is not something we want to do. Mid-table, I think we're better than mid-table. Do I go mid-table or do I go top half? I think we're going to go top half. You've done brilliantly to get us promoted this season, and you all deserve a good break. Hopefully when you get back, there'll be some new faces around here that can help us push on and finish in the top half next time around. Ooh, mixed results. Yeah, some people like it. Some people are hurt by it. Armand being hurt, our team leader, our captain Naismith being hurt is not ideal. Jamal, I don't care. Smith, kind of not ideal. Herring, I'm not too worried. Sutar is happy with this. That's pretty important. I'm just managing expectations. So some think I should be even more. Instead of managing expectations, usually that's when you undersell it. But yeah, he's setting the bar too low. They think we should be getting higher than mid-table. The only other thing I could say is Champions League, and that's top 2. We're not getting top 2, boys. So there's nothing else I could have said that would have made them happy. That's fine. Please, those who agree with me. I'll do some promises. Giving opportunities to younger players. Doesn't like Jamie Brand. Why? You're a younger player. You should be happy with that. I think that's all I want to say. See you for preseason. I'll go through some of the signings I made. First, we'll go through the lineup. This is what I think our best starting lineup is right now. What I think is going to start first next season. Gordon in goal. Smith and Kingsley at fullback. Sutar is going to be one of our center backs. Our other center back is going to be Josh Knight. He's coming in on a free. I think he's going to start. Odasoe at ball midfielder. I promised that he would play defensive midfielder when I loaned him, so he's playing that little bit more reserved role. And I think it works because the fullback's getting more attacking, so he can kind of cover for the fullback when he gets forward. Armand, and hopefully this is in Lundulu, but right now I have Liam Boyce in there. Boyce can be fine as a second striker for us, I think. I don't know if we can get top 5 with Boyce. I think we could definitely finish mid-table with Boyce. Top 5, I don't know. We'll have to see. I really want Nlundulu back, though. Nlundulu and Armand is a great pairing. So if we can get him back, I think we'll be able to get top 5. In terms of backups, if we go to our second 11, this is where I think we're good in terms of backups. We need a backup goalkeeper, but he's coming in. It's going to be Allsop. White, I think, is okay as a backup left back. Might be an area I want to improve, but that's a little bit less priority. I think Herring and Halkett would be okay backup center backs. Clark is my backup right back, can also play left back. Halliday is going to be my backup ball winner. Irving, backup deep line playmaker. It'll be Irving and McAniff. We'll both kind of share that role. So I think with those two, I'll have enough cover there. Dembele is going to be my starting backup inverted winger on the right-hand side. Walker is going to be my backup on the left-hand side. Obviously, those are two positions I need to fill, along with deep line playmaker and possibly striker. So I have Naismith in here as a backup striker now, but obviously I'll be bringing back Joe Gelhart, so he's going to come in. I'm probably going to have Naismith being like our 5th striker and be like an extra option in midfield because he can play there. But Gelhart will play up top for us next season. He did well when I gave him chances at striker last season, so I think he'll be fine there. So Gelhart will be like a 3rd or 4th option, and then I'm bringing in another guy that will be our 3rd or 4th option. Whichever one ends up being better will be the guy on the bench and be our 3rd option. So take a look at the guys I'm looking to bring in. I've got deep line playmaker already sorted. I've got right inverted winger already sorted, and I've got backup striker already sorted, and backup goalkeeper and starting center back. So if we look at our players in, Allsop is going to be our backup goalkeeper next season. He's solid. I'm not paying him a lot. That was what is most important. I didn't want to pay our backup goalkeeper very much. So he's not making a whole lot of money. He's making, it doesn't say, it just says what he's coming in on for. Can I click this and see? 2.1K. So that's not too much. That's fine by me. Josh Knight going to be our starting left or right center back this season. He's naturally a defensive midfielder. He's only natural at center back, but it defaults to defensive midfielder. But he can play there as well. Be a backup at deep line as ball winning midfielder. But as that ball playing defender, got decent physicals, decent technicals, decent mentals. So I think he's just solid everywhere. Vision's the only thing that really holds him back, and a concentration of only 11 is a little low. If he had like 13 and maybe 12 decisions, that'd be a lot better. But he can grow a little bit still, and I think he'll be fine for us. I think he's just a little bit more well-rounded than the center backs we already have. They're either really bad physically or just have really missing some big areas in their mentals, and Knight's just a little bit more consistent. He's going to be our backup center back. Jay Fulton is going to be our starting. It says he's a ball-winning midfielder, but he's going to play deep line playmaker for us. He's got really good tackling, but he also still has 12 passing, 12 vision. He's really good on the ball. 13 dribbling, 12 finishing, 12 first touch, 13 heading even. He's 6 foot tall. He's not fast, but as a deep line playmaker, he doesn't need to be fast. He's got really good mentals. I think he's going to be really good as a deep line playmaker. I'm going to play him on support probably. He won't really use his tackling, but he'll still have to tackle. But yeah, he looks very good for the role. He's supposedly a 4-star player. Right foot very strong. He's Scottish as well, so that's perfect. So I think Fulton, he's coming in on a free. I think that's a great bit of business. And then finally, John Torrell is going to be our, well, not finally, I'll show one more, but John Torrell is going to be our right inverted winger. He doesn't have a whole lot of knowledge of that position, but he's competent. A little bit better going forward, but he can play on the other side. He can play in midfield. He can play attacking midfield if we ever play that. But 16 passing, 17 vision, 16 technique. That's what drew me to John Torrell. A really good passer. He's got a good end product too. 13 crossing, 13 long shots. He's not bad physically. Stamina really holds him back. But everything else he's got, he's not super fast, but he's fast enough. And he's got mentals in the spots where you need him. I think he's going to be really good for us. It says he's only like a 3.5-star player. I think he's a little bit better than that. That passing and vision from the wing, that's going to be super useful. So I think he's going to be our starter next season as long as these deals go through, which I'm hoping they do. Then our other striker is Marcos Leonardo. He's on $400. So I'm only loaning him for $400. And he looks pretty solid. He's not big. He's only 5'7" with 11 jumping reach, but solid physicals all the way around. 13, 13, 13, 13, 13. So a bunch of 13s. 15 composure, 12 decisions, 13 anticipation, 13 off the ball, 14 work rate, 12 technique, 15 finishing, 12 first touch, 12 heading. So I think he's a very good player. For $400, it's a steal. I have to bring him in for $400. Like, that would be stupid to not make this deal for $400. It's nothing. Just to have him around, even if he never plays, just to have him around the club in case I have a big striker injury or in case my strikers just really aren't performing and I need to try somebody else out. So I'll definitely be bringing him in. I'll be happy with that. So I still need to look for a left inverted winger. There's just not any options out there. I'm hoping to wait a little bit until our reputation goes up maybe, and then maybe some more left inverted wingers will be interested in joining us. Like right now, the only ones that are good that want to join us want like $20K a week. I can't offer that. The most I can offer is like 7. So kind of shoestrung by our budget. But I'm going to go forward, wait till these signings, see if these signings go through. If I ever have some more targets I'm going to look at, I'll bring you back and show you the targets I'm looking for, especially if I'm finding a left inverted winger. But yeah, if we look at the starters, I think we've got, with those guys in there, we've got about every position filled. We've got backup striker, but Boyce is our starter right now. It's still going to look for Inland Dulu. We've got a deep line playmaker. We've got a right inverted winger. We've got a center back. Still looking for this left inverted winger. That's the only position we need. It's a position we really struggled with last season. I just can't find good left inverted wingers. I even started looking at just wingers. Like, I don't care what foot they are. Be good on the left wing. That's all I want, and I can't find anyone. So it's really tough. Hopefully, like I said, as our reputation grows, we'll have more people that are willing to join us. So I'll see you for the next time I come back. I don't know exactly what it'll be for, but I'm sure I'll come back at least once. Either that or it's going to be just a roundup of the offseason. So I'll take a while to go through our options, and then I'll see you back here in just a few moments. And we are back for a short little update. We're starting on the page of Jay Fulton because we had agreed to sign him on an end-of-contract deal, but instead of joining us, he has decided to sign another contract with Swansea. So we will not be getting Jay Fulton. Since he just signed a new deal, he won't even discuss with us, so Fulton's not coming. Really stunk because he looked really good, but I think I found someone equally as good, if not maybe even a little bit better, to come in only on loan, but hey, I'll take it. So he won't be coming in. Also, John Torrell, who he agreed to sign on an end of contract, they had a 1-year contract extension clause in his contract. They triggered that, so he could not come in on a free contract. Fortunately, we were able to get him on $275K, a transfer fee of $275K. They accepted it, so he will be still coming in. He actually is in on less money than what I originally offered him on the end of contract, which is weird. But so John Torrell is coming in. Leonardo officially is coming in on loan. Obviously, we knew about the other two. In terms of central midfielder, the one I really wanted was Maximo. Actually, there's another one I really wanted. Is he on my short list? I think he's on my short list. I really wanted Burak Insa, the 17-year-old Turk, who looks amazing for 17 years old. Like, his off the ball's a little bit low, but everything else is like 14s, 13s, 15 passing, 15 vision, 17 technique. He's not the best defensively, but I can make it work as a deep lying playmaker. He could be amazing, but he's unable to get a work permit. So we just can't sign him. He won't qualify for a work permit, so we couldn't sign him. Another guy that looked pretty good that couldn't get a work permit for is Jairo Concha. 16 passing, 16 vision, 16 technique, 16 first touch. He looks pretty amazing too, 21 years old, but again, wouldn't get a work permit, so couldn't get him. I thought about signing Ronaldo. The Ronaldo. He's okay, but I don't think he's any better than Jay Fulton was, and I've ended up finding someone a little bit better. Other people we were looking at, Dazelle was the guy we were looking at, Andre Dazelle. Good passing, good vision, good composure, but I don't know. Teamwork's a little bit low. Anticipation's a little bit low. I don't mind him. I still might be an option for us. It'd be a little bit expensive. 1.6 to 2.6 million, which we don't really have, but in terms of installments, we could do a deal like that, probably land him, but he's just an option. But the one I'm thinking I'm going to go for, I wanted Maximo Perrone as another guy, 18 years old, 14 passing, 14 vision, 16 teamwork, 16 flair, 17 decisions, 16 work rate. He looks pretty nice. Composure really lets him down, but I think he could have been pretty good, but they want how much money do they want for him? A high fee. So yeah, they wanted like $10 million for him. So I'm not going to be able to get him. I put in a cheeky little $1.4 million offer. I don't think anything's going to happen for that. So I end up looking for more players. I end up looking at loan players, and one that came up was João Carlos Teixeira. He could play on the left-hand side as an inverted winger, but I think I'd play him as a central midfielder, as a deep-line playmaker. He's got 17 vision, 17 passing, 16 vision, 16 technique, 15 composure, 14 decisions, 15 dribbling, 14 first touch, 11 tackling. I think he could be really good. I think he's a really good player, and we're getting him for a pretty cheap deal, too. What does it say what the loan deal is? $19K per month. That's $5K, about a little under $5K per week. So that's a good deal for him. I think he'll be the one coming in. Then I was able to find someone else on loan for the left inverted winger position, Fernando from Shakhtar Donetsk. Really fast, 16 pace, 16 acceleration, 16 agility. But he's got some decent technicals here, good crossing. So he's got a good end product. Not the best dribbler, but he's good enough. Good first touch. Okay mentally, but like composure, decisions, anticipation, I don't think they're the most important for an inverted winger. They have some importance, but I'd rather care more about their flair, their off the ball, which are both pretty decent. His vision's a little bit low, but he's got good passing. That's one thing I wanted. I wanted a winger with some decent passing, and he's got some decent passing. So I think he could be really good. If we compare him to Alanga, who's also got really good speed, he's just much better. Way better attacking vision, mentally, aerially he's even better, physically he's even better. Alanga's still a little bit faster because he's got, 18 acceleration, 17 pace, but yeah, look at the difference here. Fernando's the better player, so I think he's going to come in, be our left inverted winger. Toro's going to come in and be our right inverted winger. I think we've got about all the business done that I want to get done, as long as they do come in. Obviously, there's 2 loan deals, so there shouldn't be an issue there, but we'll have quite a few loans, but I'm okay working with loans. Loans aren't too bad, so obviously I still want, Dan Lundulu to come in, but we haven't moved forward very far, so I still don't want to play with higher quality players. We're still considered to be in the Scottish Championship, so I'm still hoping once that ticks over, he'll come in. But I think that's about all the other signings I need. Like, I've got the left inverted winger, I've got the deep line playmaker, I've got the inverted winger. On the other side, I've got the ball playing defender. Then for the backups, for the second 11, I've got the other strikers. I don't really have a second target man, but Boyce can kind of play that role, or I could just change up the roles a little bit. But I've got a backup goalkeeper coming in. I've got a backup striker coming in on loan. So I think we're good. I think the squad's in a decent place. We'll see how we compare next season, playing this 4-1-3-2 or 4-4-2 with a little bit reclined in ball-winning midfielder. So I might still look for a backup left back, maybe even a starting left back. Kingsley was good, but I said it before. I always say if you're looking to improve a position, if you're looking to improve the depth, improve on the starter. If you get a better starter, then your starter who is already pretty good is your now backup, and you're even stronger. So I might look for a starter at left back. I feel like I'm pretty good everywhere else. Maybe a center back if I could find a really good one. So we'll do a little bit more looking, but that's all the stuff I wanted to bring you back for. I'll continue to sim on and see if I can get those guys on loan, get them coming in, see if I can get Dan and Lundulu to come in. If not, I think we'll be okay with the strikers we've got. Between Boyce and Gelhart, I think we'd be okay at striker. Gelhart can also play on the right if we ever played a more attacking right midfielder. So between those two, I think we'll be okay with the number 2 striker, but I still want Ndulu. I'll see you for the next update, if there is another update. If not, it'll just be a recap of the entire team once everyone's come in and we're ready for the first game of the season. So I'll see you in a little bit. And we are back for the end of the offseason. We have made all our moves. It didn't go according to plan, but I'm happy with the team I've put together. I think it can be competitive in the league this season. I think it's better than the team we had last season. They expect a top 5 finish. I think we can do it. It's going to be difficult, but if just end it now. Top 5, we get 5th. I'm fine with that. Yeah. But no. I think we can do it. I think we're better than half this league. Livingston, we beat them. Motherwell, I think we beat them. St. Johnston, we beat them. Aberdeen will be tough. Celtic are just near impossible. Rangers are near impossible. But other than that, I think we can compete with every other team in this league. So I think top 5 is possible. If we look at the players I didn't get, let's go to scouting and the short list. Obviously, these are our failed transfers. Tom Davies last year, I couldn't get in on that box as the box-to-box midfielder on loan. Mowat, I couldn't get before the end of this season, before the end of last season. Right before off-season, I tried to get him as a new backup box-to-box midfielder, but he decided to go to Chicago Fire instead. This season, Fernando was supposed to come in as our left inverted winger. Problem solved, super fast, decent technically. He declined to sign on loan. Just turned down the contract, said he would not sign. I made him a star player, and he's like, nope. I'd rather not play for Shakhtar. Whatever, dude. So he didn't come in. And then João Carlos Teixeira, who we thought was going to be our deep-lying playmaker. I was so excited for this guy. And he signed a permanent to Twente instead. They put in, literally the day after I made the loan offer, they put in a permanent transfer offer for him. I just knew he wasn't going to join us from there. And that was frustrating. It seems like the AI waits until you want somebody before every team in the world realizes this person is available and wants to sign him. It's like no one came in for him at all until I made a loan offer. Then the entire world wanted to buy this guy. It's so frustrating, but so we had to go with some other options. The options we've gone for, go to our transfers. One of them was quite a bit of money. It was just before the switchover, so you won't see it on here. But the big one you will see on here, Dan Nlundulu. I thought he would be able to join us if we got promoted, or once we got our officially in the Premiership. Once we were officially in the Premiership, I figured they'd let us sign him, and they did. As soon as we went up to the Premiership side, I went to his profile, asked for a loan, and they agreed. So Dan Nlundulu will be back for another season as our starting striker, and this contract offer didn't say what position we had to play him in. So we can play him. We don't like last time. They want us to They made us play him as a target man. So I played him there quite a bit, just so they'd be happy. But now they don't care where we play him, so he's going to be a poacher. Another signing we made is Matteo Ricci, backup option for that deep line playmaker. He's not anywhere near as good, but he's still a good player. 14 passing, 13 vision. He's got really good tackling too, which is nice. So he can play even on a defensive role against Celtic and Rangers. I can play him as a deep line playmaker on defend. But he's got good long shots too and finishing. So as a supportive deep line playmaker, he should be able to get forward and do something. So really good acceleration. I think he's just a really solid deep line playmaker. Not special, but on loan from Spezia. 6.25K. I think that's about what our wage deal was. Yeah, 6.25K is what we paid him per week. So I'm okay with that. Josh Knight, we already knew was coming in. He's here on the club permanently. I think he's going to be a good player for us. So is Ryan Alsop, a 3-star goalkeeper. Exactly what we need as a backup. The one big signing we did make, it was pretty much all of our transfer budget, but I didn't want to miss out on another player. I thought he was pretty good. I thought it said he had 5-star potential, but as soon as we brought him in, he only has 4-star. It said he was 4.5-star current ability. Again, they only think he's 4-star now, so a little bit disappointing, but I'm still happy with him. I think he's going to be good. He's young. He's got a lot of potential, I think. His name is Alfonso Sousa from Belenenses. 1.8 million, raising to 1.9 million. Only like 750K up front. The rest over 2-3 years. So we had a little bit of money to spend. Obviously, we had to spend some on John Torrell, so had to spend some money there. But I just needed that inverted winger on the left hand side. I couldn't find anybody. This is a guy I found that looked pretty good. He's not natural as that central midfielder left, but I think he can be. He's nothing crazy, but it's 14 passing, 14 vision. I wanted a good passer out on that wing. Now they say he's 5-star again. Whatever. But I wanted a good passer out on that wing. I want everybody on the team to be able to pass the ball around. Obviously, Ndulu does not have good passing, but he's the one exception. He's just a pure out goal scorer, so he's decent physically, decent technically, decent mentally. So I'm happy with him. I think he's solid everywhere. He's only 21 years old, so he can only get better. Right-footed on the left. Again, he's only unconvincing at left mid, but I'm going to train him there. So I'm okay with the signing. He's already valued at 3.6 million, so we could possibly sell him on for more next season if we wanted to sell him if he didn't turn out for us. So that makes the first team look something like this. Got a couple injuries. Michael Smith's out for 9 days to 4 weeks, and Sutar's out 4 to 8 days. So Smith might miss the beginning of the season. It'll be close, depending on whether it's closer to 9 days or 4 weeks. That's a pretty big difference, but this is what I think is our strongest first team. Craig Gordon in goal, Smith on the right, Knight and Sutar at center back, Kingsley on the left, Odasowi at ball-winning midfielder, Torrell on the right, Alfonso Sousa on the left, Ricci at deep line playmaker, Armand as the target man, and Ndulu as the poacher. I have questions about Armand. He obviously played pretty well in the championship, but I'm not totally convinced that he can be a very good player. I've struggled with target men in top leagues. Like, obviously he did well when he's much better than the rest of his competition. But in a top league against teams that are as good as you, I don't know if he'll perform. So I'm going to give him the chance. If he doesn't, we've got Liam Boyce, we've got Joe Gelhart, we've got Marcos Leonardo. Plenty of players that can come in there and perform. So I think between all of those strikers, I think we're going to be good. Ndulu should perform no matter what. He's just so good. He's so good. So backups are Halkett, Clark, Halliday, Irving, Dembele, Walker, and Boyce. That's going to be our bench. Then Naismith's kind of just a tertiary option now. He's not very good. He's just terrible, but he's the captain. So I didn't sell him. He's on a lot of money too, which really stinks. 7.25K, but I can't sell the captain right now. I just can't sell the captain. His leadership will be valuable. So I'll keep him around the club. I think his contract goes out after this season. It expires in 2023, actually. So he might be staying around, not playing any football for a while. We've got plenty of good backup options. Gary Mackay-Steven is now our third right inverted winger. Alanga is our third left inverted winger. Demore is our third ball winner / box-to-box. McAniff is our third deep line playmaker. Pescu is our fourth center back. Brandon, our third right back / left back. We've got plenty of good cover. So while these guys are injured, he'll come in for them. And then Jamie Brandon will come on the bench. And then I'll start Halkett at center back. Switch him with Knight as a no-nonsense defender. And where is he? Peter Herring will come on the bench. And Pescu will come on. So that's what our starting lineup's going to look like. There we go. So I think it's going to be all right. I think we can compete. I think we'll have to still be able to play something like this against some of the weaker teams in the league. But mostly I think I'll be playing the 4-4-2 normal. So that's going to be it. That is the end of the offseason. We are ready for the beginning of the preseason. Well, we've already finished the preseason almost. We got one friendly. Then we've got League Cup group in the Betfred Cup. All like lower league opposition. Kilmarnock are championship side. Other ones are like League 2, League 1. Yeah, Scottish League 2, Scottish League 2, Scottish League 1. So it should be pretty much a friendly. We have another friendly right after, so we basically have 6 friendlies. So it'll be good to get our squad get going for the season. I'll come back and start playing those. But that's going to be it for this episode. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.